Hi there, I'm Giovanni and welcome to My Sleep Oasis. This channel is dedicated to bringing you with comforting sleep stories, soothing, relaxing music, and guided sleep meditations. Tonight's story is about a special young frog named Frogly who couldn't leap. But little did he know that his misfortune was about to change. Before we begin this inspiring sleep story, let's first find a place where you can safely fall asleep and relax. Get in a comfortable position as you lay in your bed and prepare to sleep. Gently rest your arms by your sides. Slowly take a few deep breaths as you let go of any stress and tension from the day. Your body will slowly sink into the mattress. Close your eyes and allow your mind to go on a journey of deep sleep and relaxation. Let's begin our story. The Frog Who Couldn't Leap by Giovanni Turcios. It was a beautiful day at Pondville, where the cool breeze gently touched the green leaves, and the lotus leaves covered the ponds like a cozy blanket. The birds sang so beautifully that their melody brought calm to every ear that listened. The soothing sounds of the streaming waters flowing through the creeks made it easy to find peace. Along the creek was a young frog named Frogly, who was walking on his way to visit his grandmother Lucy, who was preparing him his favorite dish for supper, a delicious cricket chowder. Lucy was in her kitchen, stirring the delicious cricket chowder, when suddenly there was a knock on her door. That must be my grandson, thought Lucy. She quickly headed to the living room and opened the door. Frogly gave her a warm hug. "Grandma, I'm so happy to see you." "Perfect timing, dear. I just finished cooking your favorite meal," grinned Lucy. Frogly sat and enjoyed his delicious supper with his grandmother, and as they were finishing their meal, he asked a very important question to his grandmother. "Why can't I leap and hop, Grandma? Why was I born this way?" he asked. Lucy's eyes started tearing up when hearing her grandson's questions. "I wish I knew the answer, my dear, but all I know is that you're very special to me." For the rest of the evening, they talked about their day until it was time to sleep. Frogly got up and headed to his bedroom. "Good night, Grandma." "Good night, my wonderful grandson," yawned Lucy. The night was getting cold and the stars were shining bright. The dim, soft light from the full moon invaded Frogly's room through his window. The moon was so vast, it felt within reach. He laid in his cozy bed and watched the beautiful starry sky. Tomorrow's a new day, he thought. I will not worry, nor will I get anxious, because tomorrow is a new day. With these words, Frogly slowly fell asleep. As the moon slowly drifted away, the sun rose again to start a new day. The birds began to chirp and sing their beautiful melody. Suddenly, a few frogs could be heard jumping into the pond and making a splash in the distance. "What time is it?" said Frogly to himself. He quickly got up from his bed and headed downstairs. "What's the rush?" asked Lucy. "Today is the day," replied Frogly. "Today is the day I will leap and hop just like all the other frogs from this pond. I believe in you, no matter what anyone says," said Lucy. "But first, eat your breakfast before you go." He quickly ate his cereal and left to meet his friends at the pond nearby. He walked along the creek, glancing at all the green trees and butterflies decorating both the sky and flowers. Although the pond was not far away, it felt like a long way for Frogly, since he couldn't hop his way over there, and that made him very sad. In fact, not being able to leap, hop, and jump at all with the other frogs made him feel left out. He finally arrived at the pond, and Jeff, his best friend, came to greet him. "Hey, buddy, you made it," cheered Jeff. "I'm happy to see you too, Jeff," said Frogly. "I want to try to leap today. Today is the day." "You say that every time you come to the pond, but it never happens," said Jeff, looking down. "I know, but today could be different," replied Frogly. They both walked around the pond to find a good spot. As they continued walking, Frogly startled and said, "Oh no, look who's coming." "Who?" replied Jeff. "It's Robert," said Frogly. "Don't worry about him. Just ignore anything he says to you, okay?" "Okay, I won't." Robert and his crew were leaping towards them. When Robert was about to hop near Frogly and Jeff, he shouted at them aggressively. "What are you doing here, Frogly?" Frogly was scared. He looked the other way to avoid responding. "I said, what are you doing here, Frogly?" insisted Robert. "Go away and leave us alone, Robert," burst Jeff. "We're not doing anything to you. We just want to have fun like everyone else." "Don't tell me that your friend is going to try to jump again, because we all know that he can't," laughed Robert, gesturing at Frogly. Robert and his friends continued hopping to the other side of the pond, while Frogly was left in anguish. Looking at the other frogs hop into the pond made Frogly sad again, to the point of almost losing all hope. It felt as if his world was losing its beautiful colors and everything was turning gray. Frogly looked down and said, "I'm gonna go home now." "But I thought you said that today was going to be the day," replied Jeff. A tear droplet was running down Frogly's face. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not ever. And with these words, Frogly decided to head home to spend the rest of the day in his room, on his bed, hugging his pillow while soaking it in tears. But little did he know that his misfortune was about to change. From a distance, nearby the pond, there was a bullfrog who witnessed everything that had just happened. Maybe I can help him, he thought. I can teach that young frog how to flex his legs to leap. It was the middle of the sunny afternoon, and Frogly was heading back to his grandmother's home, walking by the creek, when suddenly he heard someone shouting from a distance behind him. "Hey!" Frogly looked back and saw a bullfrog hopping his way towards him. The bullfrog quickly caught up with him and said, "Hi, I'm Billy. What's your name?" "Oh, hi, Frogly," he replied awkwardly. "I saw what happened earlier, and I just wanted to tell you that I can help." "I don't need your help," interrupted Frogly. "I already tried numerous times and failed. I even thought that today would be the day I would do my first leap, but I was wrong, as always." "I believe in you," affirmed Billy. "Sometimes you just need to take a leap of faith, and the rest will come." Frogly stood there for a moment, staring at the creek beside him, while letting Billy's words sink deep into his thoughts. Maybe it's true what he is saying, he thought, but what if I fail again? He turned and looked at Billy and asked, "Okay, what do I have to do?" "Great! First, we need to stretch your long legs, and then we'll try hopping," smiled Billy. "Okay," agreed Frogly. Billy held onto Frogly's left foot and slowly and carefully pulled it to stretch out his leg. "Ouch!" complained Frogly. "That hurts." "Sorry, I'm being careful as I can," replied Billy. Billy repeated the same stretch on Frogly's right leg and kept doing this for 30 minutes. Frogly was now able to stretch both of his long legs without Billy's help. This made him gain more confidence, but the challenging leap test was just about to begin. "Okay, I think you're ready," said Billy. "I think you're ready for the leap test." "Do we have to do this now?" asked Frogly. "Yes, now is the perfect time to try to hop since your legs have already been stretched out." It was getting close to sunset. Birds could be heard chirping as they gathered together on the green trees. Frogly got into his crouching position and prepared himself. This was the moment he had been waiting for, to finally be able to leap and hop like all the other frogs. Billy was clenching his fist in immense suspense while waiting for the moment Frogly would do his first jump. When the time felt right, Frogly tried to unfold his springy legs, but nothing happened. He tried it again, and still nothing happened. Billy walked towards Frogly and said, Don't give up. We'll try again tomorrow. No, said Frogly. I will try one more time right now, before I leave home. Frogly got into his crouching position once again, for the third time, and as soon as he tried to hop, something unexplainable and unexpected happened. His tongue blasted out of his mouth like a fast arrow and returned back to his mouth like a yo-yo. Billy couldn't believe his eyes. His jaw was dropping of amazement. Did you see that? Said Frogly excitedly. Wow, how did you do that? Stuttered Billy. I don't know, but I want to tell my friend Jeff right now. Frogly quickly started to leave. Wait, don't go. You don't even know how you did that. As the sun slowly started to set down, Frogly walked as fast as he could to show Jeff his new ability. Billy quickly hopped and caught up with Frogly. They both walked along the streaming creek as they headed to the pond. Are you sure about this? Asked Billy. Yes, I'm sure, replied Frogly. Once they arrived, they can see the other frogs still splishing and splashing in the pond having fun. Frogly spotted Jeff from a distance and said, There he is, let's go. Billy and Frogly rushed towards Jeff. Jeff, yelled Frogly, I need to show you something. Hi, Frogly. What happened? Are you okay? Asked Jeff. And who is he? Oh, he's Billy, and he was helping me jump, but instead, I discovered I can stretch out my very long tongue. Look, said Frogly. It's true, confirmed Billy. I witnessed it earlier today when it happened. But as Frogly was getting into his crouching position to stretch out his long tongue, suddenly they heard someone shout, Well, 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 if it isn't the frog that can't leap, laughed Robert as he and his crew approached them. Well, you're in for a surprise. Frogly has an awfully long tongue that can shoot out quite far, said Billy. Oh, really? Let's see, said Robert. Frogly got into his crouching position and prepared himself. But when he was about to extend his long tongue, nothing happened. Robert and his crew all burst out laughing and started to mock him for failing once again. Frogly couldn't believe what happened. Better luck next time, Robert laughed and hopped away with his crew. Don't worry, Frogly, said Billy. I know of your special ability, and that's what matters. I believe in you, said Jeff. Everyone will see it when the time is right. Soon after Jeff finished speaking, they heard someone yelling from far away. Help! Help! Who could that be? Asked Frogly. It's Robert. He fell into a deep, muddy hole while hopping, said one of the nearby frogs. He is stuck and can't jump out. Let's go help him, said Frogly. But didn't he just make fun of you? Asked Billy. And always puts you down? Added Jeff. Yes, that's true, but helping someone in need is the right thing to do, replied Frogly to both. They rushed to help Robert as fast as they could. As soon as they arrived, they could see all the frogs from the pond were surrounding the muddy hole where Robert was trapped. Everyone was trying to figure out how to help him out. It was already dark. The moon was shining over them like a dim spotlight, The stars were gradually appearing in the sparkly night sky. The chirping of the crickets was becoming more and more distinctive as the night grew over them. Robert tried to hop out of the slippery, muddy hole, but couldn't. He just kept yelling, "Help! Help!" "We'll think of something to help you out," replied Frogly. "Now's the time," said Billy. "Now's the time to use your long tongue and save him." "Yes," added Jeff. "We believe in you." "But how?" asked Frogly. "Every time I tried something, I failed." "You have nothing to lose," said Billy. "Okay, I will do it," agreed Frogly. Frogly was still scared, but as he gained courage, he got into his crouching position. He noticed a tree with its tangled roots emerging out of the ground and aimed at it. But when he was about to extend his long tongue, there was a sudden silence, and everyone just stared at him. It felt like if someone had slowed down time. "Wow!" everyone yelled as they all watched how Frogly blasted out his tongue out of his mouth and wrapped it around the tree root. They couldn't believe their eyes and were in awe. Frogly quickly rappelled down the deep slippery hole. As he reached the bottom, Robert hopped up and held onto Frogly's back. Then Frogly climbed up the muddy hole by pulling on his long, strong rope-like tongue. Once they arrived at the surface, everyone started cheering at him. "Thank you for rescuing me," said Robert gratefully. "It's okay," replied Frogly. "We're supposed to help each other out. Also, I'm sorry for putting you down all these years. I promise not to make fun of you ever again, and to get along with you from now on," wept Robert. "I may not hop, jump, or leap, but I can surely make a positive difference in other ways," grinned Frogly. All the frogs from Pondville were incredibly happy to see Robert getting rescued by Frogly's special ability. Everyone left to their homes as it was getting late. When Frogly arrived to his grandmother's house, he explained everything that had happened that day. He later went to his room and laid in his comfy bed. He stared at the moon and starry sky through his bedroom window. As he yawned, his eyes became heavy and slowly closed, allowing him to slowly drift away into a gentle sleep with a smile on his face.